Welcome to the Einstein's PlayStation podcast. I'm your host, Isaac Miller, and today we'll be covering the games that came out and our Game of the Year nominees. Without further ado, let's hop right into this. Here are the games that came out from December 9th to today's date. Starting from December 9th, we have Tennis in the Face, Rock Boshers DX Director's Cut, Zen Pinball 2, Venom, and Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. Then, coming out on December 16th, are two games, Loadout and Guilty Gear XRD Psy. Now on to our weekly topic. So the votes are in. The top three nominees for Game of the Year are Shadow of Mordor, Dragon Age Inquisition, and Child of Light. So, Shadow of Mordor. This game is, as best as I can put it, a mixture of the Arkham series, Assassin's Creed, and Lord of the Rings. Okay. Just try to picture that. That is exactly what the game is. This gory, fast-paced, rhythm-based adventure story of revenge with Talion, the main character, who's part Wraith and part Ranger. And this is a wonderful game. It got a 9.3 from IGN. So that's our first nominee. Our second nominee was Dragon Age Inquisition. This game also got a 9.3 from IGN. The reason this game is so good it's because it pulled so many different mechanics and different styles of games and pulled it into a nicely well put together package. It took the two styles of gameplay from the past two Dragon Ages and the combat, real-time combat style camera, and it also took the strategy camera, which you can freeze time and slow it down so you can use your tactics and attack when you want to. And it also has a vast amount of stuff you can do. You have to put a lot of hours into this game just to get it completed. And then you have to do side quests. So then, for our last game, Child of Light, which sounds repetitive, but it got a 9.3 from IGN. And this isn't Ubisoft. And it is a timing-based RPG game, strategy game that is so charming. And it's a really neat game to play. It's intriguing, and it's the art style and stuff. It just makes you want to play it. And so, of these three choices, we did another poll, and from Einstein's PlayStation Playground, this year's Game of the Year goes to Shadow of Mordor. And the reason that we did this, well, there's actually three reasons that we did this, other than just the votes. Because of the fact that the mechanics that it had, the core mechanics, felt so good. They felt so good. The combat was slick. It was fast. It was vicious. And, like, the animations, they felt genuine. They looked real. And the Nemesis system, this major mechanic, this major gameplay element that the developers put into this, it totally altered how the game is. Because of your actions in the game alter the environment, they alter the enemies, and they alter how your game goes along. Because your playthrough is going to be different than your friends, because you might make different choices. You might want to, because there's so many ways to go in and solve this problem. And you may you may be killed by one of the Urukai, and like a low-level Urukai, because you were stuck in like a horde of them attacking you, and you just got knocked down. And so if you were killed by one of them, that Urukai will progress and later become and rank up and become a captain. So next time that you fight him, he'll be stronger, and he will be, well, more guarded, and he'll have different traits, and he'll remember you. And even like cosmetic wise, the scars and stuff that you gave him, he'll still have, which that's pretty neat. And so this shaping of how you experience something, that's really neat. It also has it combines so many different gameplay mechanics, and so well. They do a great job with the Arkham, like, rhythm-based, combo-based game combat system, except with a more vicious and deadly side to it. It feels really nice, and there's so many moves you can do, and you feel like you're a ranger at that moment. And there's also the Assassin's Creed, like, parkour, I guess you could say. And it has the climbing and stuff and the jumping. And it also has wraith abilities that they added with your bow, so you can slow down time. You can choose where you want to shoot. You have eagle vision, something similar to that. You can sneak around. It has good stealth. Or you can go in guns blazing. You can approach the situations at hand in various ways. You can choose. You can also use your abilities to take over low-level Urukai and have them all form up and revolt against their leader. So that's a way of taking him out. And then you could go and join them. But there's a satisfaction when you see a captain come in, and he does the intro, and he says his name, and it turns out his name is like Bone Crusher, or like Bone Crusher, and all these funny names. But it's very satisfying when you can take him out, and it gives you a sense of accomplishment. And you just want to stay in this world. It's an open world game, so it's intriguing. There's lots to do. And the story may not be the strongest, but it's a reason for you to stay in. And so these are the reasons that we picked Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor to be the 2014 Game of the Year. Congratulations. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Einstein's PlayStation Podcast. If you have enjoyed it, please press the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please tune in to next week's episode if you want some more. You can also check out our website at einsteinsplaystationplayground.wordpress.com. I'm your host, Isaac Miller, and I'm signing off.